So, how are you, my dear students? I hope you all are doing well. You all are healthy and taking care of yourself in such a heat wave condition we are going through in several states in India. Take care of yourself. So, today's topic of discussion is very much important for each and everyone because it is about choices we make in our life. Only because of the choices what we are today, only because of the choices that we made in the past. You all are student at present, so what you will be in future, this also depends on the choices you will make in your life. It is very much important. I think you have guessed the topic of the discussion, isn't it? Yes, you are right. The topic of the discussion is the first poem of class 9th, The Road Not Taken, by Robert Frost. The title is very much catchy. When I was in school, I came across this poem. I read the title for many times. The Road Not Taken, The Road Not Taken, because it struck in my mind, in my thoughts. The road not taken. It is about, obviously, regarding the choices of our life. Robert Frost is one of my favorite poets. He was from America, He was an American poet, born on 26 March 1874. And he was publicly renowned even in his lifetime. He was among few well-known literary figures of India. He was the son of two teachers, and so he was exposed to a great literature at an early age only. But after the death of his father, his family moved to Massachusetts from San Francisco, California. Robert Frost was 4 times Pulitzer Prize winner. Pulitzer Prize, it is an annual award given for journalism, photojournalism, fiction, non-fiction, music, poetry. So Robert Frost was 4 times Pulitzer Prize winner. And the poem Road Not Taken, it was for the first time published in a monthly named The Atlantic. In 1915 it was first published in the Atlantic Monthly. And then after in 1916, only this poem becomes the opening poem of the poetry collection of Robert Frost named Mountain Interval. So this is a short piece of information about the writer. We should have that. Now come to the theme of the poem. What is the theme of the poem? The theme is obviously about making choices in life. We come across such a situation that we have to make a choice. We have to take tough decision in our life. And only because of that, what we will be in the future depends. This poem is in 4 stanzas. Each stanza has 5 lines. So exactly the poem is of 20 lines. Now, rhyming scheme of the poem. The rhyming scheme of the poem is A B A A B. Okay, ABAAB means the first line rhymes with the third line and the fourth line. You can get it while you will recite the poem. Okay, the first line rhymes with third and fourth line, and the second line rhymes with fifth line. This happens in all the stanzas. So AB AAB, CD CCD, EF EEF, GH GGH. We can say this is the rhyming scheme of the poem The Road Not Taken. Okay. Now I think you all have noticed also three stanzas. The first three stanzas of the poem is in past tense. Please take a note of that. First three stanzas of the poem is in past tense and the fourth stanza is in future tense. I think you have noticed. Now the another important point, come to the poetic device or the figure of speech that is used in the poem. So the poem is dominated with the figure of speech metaphor, METAPHOR, metaphor. Let me tell you short information about metaphor. Metaphor is actually comparison between two things, two ideas, two objects, two personalities. But it is an implied comparison. Okay, we say that one thing is another. When we compare two things, it is said in metaphor that one thing is another. Like here the road not taken. Okay, the two road diverged in a yellow wood. The road is actually metaphor for life, the path that we go through. So the poem is dominated, you can say dominated by the figure of speech metaphor. Now come to the gist of the poem, because the lines of the poem is there in your book and obviously you can go through it and you will come to know what is written in which stanza. I am just going to tell you about the complete meaning of all the stanzas, the complete meaning of the poem, so that you can get it easily. So the poem starts like that: two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Why wood? Wood means what? Wood means here forest. The poet has used forest for saying this. Why? Because forest is completely unknown to everyone. Okay, means the future that is about to come in your life is obviously completely unknown to you. And the roads that you have to take, means the choices that you have to make, is obviously have some information but not the complete information. Okay. The first important point is here, why the poet has used yellow wood. Can you tell me that? Why it is yellow wood? A forest can look yellow only when the leaves of the trees will be yellow. So when the leaves of the trees become yellow, when they are aged, means when the leaves are green, the leaves are young actually, na? And when it becomes yellow, now they are aged. They have seen so many seasons: winter, rain, summer, autumn, and now they are at the end of their life. So here the yellow wood is metaphor for the so many people who are residing for many, many days or years. Okay, this is the world. This is an imaginary world where people are residing for so many years. That's why it is a yellow wood. Now here the poet is saying that there is a diversion of the road. Means the road is diverted in two different directions. The poet is standing at the cross section of the road and he was puzzled. He was confused that which road now he should take. And obviously he just wants to understand the advantages and disadvantages of both the roads very well, because it is very much important. We have many choices in our life. So obviously we should have to assess about all the options that we have in our life before choosing one, so that we can take the right decision. Here the same has happened with the poet. The poet was standing for hours and hours and he was thinking that which road he should take. And the poet take the another one. There are some reasons why the poet take the another one. The choice in our life have a great impact. It's not necessary that it will be always positive. It even could have the negative impact, but at the same time it could have the positive impact. We have hopes in our life, we have ambitions in our life, and that's why we have to make choices. We make our choice, but at the same time we think that if we will be unable to achieve our desired success, somehow, because of some reason, if we will be unable to get the success, if we will be unable to achieve the goal of our life, then we can come back and start once again. But very rarely it happens. This is rarest of the rare cases, because it happens that we travel so far that it is impossible to get back once again to start our life. So it is very much important to make choices very carefully, and at the same time it could happen that we are in our future an extraordinary personality only because of our choices. So in the first stanza, the poet is in confusion. He was standing at the diversion of the two roads and he just wanted to understand both the roads very well before choosing. And in order to understand, he looks on the two roads as far as he could. But how far he could look? Only up to the bend. Where from the road has a bend, he could look only up to that. This happens in our life. When we make choices, we think that we will assess all the advantages and disadvantages of the particular choice. But it never happens, because what will come in future, how the situation will be changed, we are completely unaware of it. So the same is happening here. The poet is unable to see the road after the bend. Though he chooses one, ultimately the poet chose the alternative path. He started to walk on it. He thought that his choice is better. It will be good for him. It will be better for him. Even when we make choices in our life, we also think that our choice is better than others. But when the poet here walks on his chosen road, for some distance, he realized that both the paths are same. At starting, what he thought, that the path he has chosen is actually less traveled. Okay, means a fewer people walk over on the path. But after walking for a distance, he came to a conclusion that both the paths are actually equally walked over. It is written that wanted where. What is the meaning of wanted where? So wanted where means what? Wanted where means less traveled. But after some time, the poet realizes that both the paths are same. Each and every choice has their own bad or good consequences in life. But when we choose an option, we think that it is better for us or better than the decision of others. Even this happens in our life. Suppose if we take example of students even. Now you all are in class 9. When you were promoted from class 8 to class 9, you have a great enthusiasm that you are in class 9 now. It is a new class. You will read all the new stories and poems, the new books, the new facts. But this could be new for you only. But the students, many students who already have completed class 9, it is not a new thing for them. So this happens exactly for the poet too. When the poet chooses the alternative path, he thought that it is a better choice. It is a new one. But after walking some distance, he realized that no, he was actually wrong. Both the paths are equally wanted where. Both the paths are equally walked over. Isn't it? This happens with you also. At present, you all are new in class 9, but after some months, your zeal, your enthusiasm, this will obviously become low. This happens. This is the reality. Because this is not at all a new path. Before you, many students have gone through it. Even after class 10th, when you have to choose a stream, you can take only one, arts, science or commerce. So it will be a new thing for you at that time. But in reality, it's not new, na? Because so many students have already gone through all these streams. This is known to them. So when you are making a decision for you, you think that this is a completely new decision. But exactly this is not. This decision has been even taken by so many other students. And what are the impact in their life? If you can contact with them, you can know that. So in the third stanza, the poet says that he chose the path, but only that morning both the paths were looking same, because both the paths were covered with leaves and no one has yet traveled on that, and that's why the leaves were green. So here the poet is saying that he chose the other path and kept one for the another day, thinking that he will return back and travel on this path, although he knew that it will never be possible, because he is saying that one path leads to another path. Means when you have decided to take a decision in your life, this decision will lead you to the another decision. Okay, so it is not possible actually that if you are not feeling well with that decision, or if you are not doing well with that decision, then you will come back once again and take the another decision to restart your life. Actually doesn't happen in reality. Okay, so in the last stanza, the fourth stanza of the poem, the poet says what? The poet says that sometimes in the future he can say that there was a time, once upon a time in his life, there was a time in his life that he had to make a tough decision when there were many options in front of him. He had to make a tough decision, and he did. And only because of that particular tough decision, his future have been saved. His future has been saved. And what he is today, only because of that particular decision that he took in his past at the crucial moment, at the crucial time. Because the decisions that we take at the crucial time have a great impact on our life. So ultimately, the poem is about what? What is about the poem? The poem is about making a right decision at right time in your life. Making tough decisions at crucial time in your life. Okay. Only this decision is going to shape your future. So it is very much important to take a right decision at crucial times in the life. It will have the great impact on your life. Only because of this decision, your future will be saved. We should take decisions wisely, and obviously consider all the options that you have. So this is only the poem. That is a very nice and very good poem that tells you about the choices in life. This is the specification of Robert Frost, that he uses colloquial languages, colloquial words that have a great impact on the reader. Informal words, informal languages that have a great impact. It makes his poems catchy, and obviously those are related with the life of people. So once again, what is the rhyming scheme of the poem? A B A A B, C D C C D, E F E E F, G H G G H. And the poetic device or the figure of speech that has been used in the poem is metaphor. What is metaphor? It is comparison between two ideas, objects. Okay. And what it is said? That one thing is the another thing. Like road is here, metaphor for life of humans. Thank you.